I was just kidding about I make mistakes, but I can make some plays that are a little questionable. There's no doubt. These are so good to go back and look at. This is how you improve. For me, you know, you idiots out there watching think that I'm actually doing this to help you. I could give a rat's ass about any of you, but I'm going to do it anyway to improve my own game. I might as well bluff and make it seem like I care about some of you people and putting this stuff up here. But this is how you get better. Going back and looking at stuff that you did that wasn't great, but it's also good to look at stuff that you did that was good. One of the things I learned playing tennis is that everyone spends all their time working on their weaknesses. They don't practice their strengths to keep their strengths sharp. So it's important to look at the things you need to work on, but also look at the stuff that you're doing well. And I obviously am doing everything well, so I just give myself pats in the back all the time. He shoves here again. Blinds are like 3,500, 7,000. So he has less than tipping blinds. This is, shove. He is shoving into all of us. So I have to give him credit for something decent. And if it was blind versus blind, I probably would call. But with these two guys behind me, I cannot just call 60,000 or shove all in and just get snapped up by one of these guys and lose a monster pot. So I don't mind that fold there at all. Queen 6 to fold. And, in this spot, I think this guy's shoving really wide. I'm probably calling with a lot of aces. Almost all pairs. So it's just like a sit and go where the guy's shoving really wide. Now, ace 10. Limp and lead. Okay? If you've not signed up for Poker VT, you need to sign up and watch Jay Carver videos. I can't stress how important it is to sign up for different training sites. Sign up for card runners. Sign up for Stocks Poker. They do not charge that much money, and they're going to help you. They're going to help you understand poker, different situations. You're going to hear different people and their ideas. And you use all of those to create your own style, your own unique, way of doing it. But you can always learn and improve by listening to other good players. And since you're getting it free here, use that money to go somewhere else and get, more lessons. And if you're one of those people, one of those nits who says, "Oh, I don't want to pay so expensive," then get the fuck out of playing poker. It's going to be expensive when you lose. You're just not going to win every single day. How old am I? 28. I turned 27 in a couple months. I think I started playing when I was about 19, so 9 years ago. I was a losing poker player for 8 years. 8 years before it took me 8 years. This is how stupid I am. To figure out that, I need to actually put some time into learning this game. And I need to put the ego aside and admit that I'm not a good player. And so you know what I did? I went to sitandgoicons.com and I watched all of those videos over and over. And when I didn't understand something, I asked a question. I was lucky that I had roommates that were winning players, and I'd pick their brain until I understood why. Being friends with Patrick and Daniel and those guys, there were times Andrew, I work for Andrew Roble, who's one of the top no-limit cash game players in the world. Probably won more money playing no-limit Texas Hold'em than anyone in the world. I would be with Andrew, and he talked to my good friend Luke about a hand, and the way they discussed the hand, you would think that I'm sure that they assumed that I knew what they were talking about. I sat there, it was like a foreign language. Even though I've been around so much poker, I just didn't understand, well, how do they know the guy can't have this? Or how do they know that the other guy only has certain hands? I just didn't understand how they knew that. So I had to, start saying, "Hey, Luke, this might sound stupid, but how do you know he doesn't have this or that?" And he's more than happy to help me. But, for years I just sat there and listened to people and acted like I knew what was going on, and I didn't. So, by going to different training sites and listening to good players talk, you can start learning these things, improving your game. Cardinals, I think his name's Jackal and Braymanik, very, very good videos. The Jackal is really good. Colin Moshman, Stocks Poker, amazing. This is how you get to be good. It takes a lot of work. You just don't sit at the computer and start making a couple $100,000 a year because you want to. Back to my ace-10 hand. Got me fired up there, Jason. Jesus. Fucking nit. Ace-10. Now, a lot of you out there, donkeys, fish, would raise. But that's not the way I do it. It doesn't mean that you have to limp and lead here. This is the way I like to play. So when the flop comes this, and I do my little min bet, the guy's thinking there's no way he has an ace. He would have raised me if he had an ace. So I might get him to raise. Okay? Some people aren't that aggressive, and if he has nothing, he folds. So, my hand could have been deuce 3 offsuit. I would have made the same play and probably would have taken the pot down. But I just can't stress enough how you have to do it when you have it. The same thing you do when you have it as you do when you don't. Aaron, talking to you. I can lay down the queen 7. I don't like to do it, but I did. Okay, now we're three-handed somehow. Big bucks on the line. There's no deals. We don't make deals. We play to win. He limps in. That's fine. That's cool. He checks. And I make a little min bet. He calls. Okay. What are we putting him on at this point? Well, you got to think a queen, he probably would check raise. Maybe an 8, maybe a flush draw, maybe some kind of gut shot. Jack 10, Jack 9. I mean, that's might be a stretch, but, flush draw definitely is a possibility. He checks, and I decide to check. At this point, maybe I could bet the turn, and then, if he does have some kind of draw, check the river, I might win it if he has like king 10, king 9, or, jack 10 or something like that. But I just give up on the turn. In the river, I remember thinking to myself, I'm just not buying what this guy's selling. And I called. And I was right. He didn't have much. But his not much beat my not much. This is where, that min raise I did earlier against the other guy would have been like the perfect play because he would have folded. It does a few things too. I make a lot of plays that, to a lot of people, they're like, that is not a very good play. Stinkomiko plays bad. Because I make plays that I know are not a positive EV, if you will, play, knowing that my opponent is now going to have a misconception about me or think that I might do things. Obviously now the devil knows that, okay, he's going to calm me down. I can't bluff him much more because he will not fold. He's going to call me with king high. It just sends a little message to these guys. Look, I'm the big boss. Don't try and screw with me.